All right, so the first thing we're going to do, let's go ahead and go right into Visual Website Optimizer. The one thing I want to get out there is to show you that really to create a test on Visual Website Optimizer, just go to the website, set up your free account, your trial, and then start, add the code. You first thing, of course, you have to do is you have to add the code just like you would with a Facebook, you know, retargeting custom audience, a perfect audience retargeting pixel, conversion pixels. It's the same thing. It's not complex. You just paste the code on your, especially if you have WordPress, it's going to be, pretty easy to do. If you're not using WordPress, it's or some kind of a content management system, then it's a little bit more complex. But your web developer can do that. So once you get your site, approved, then you can basically, or not approved, but once you get your site verified, then whoops, to set up an actual test, you've got, the three main tests are right here. You've got A/B test, which is testing two versions, okay, of one page. You got multivariate test, where you can test multiple versions, and then you've got a split URL test. And really, they're they are exactly what they sound like. Okay, so basically, it's really not that hard to do. So, example, if you're gonna do split, if you're gonna do an A/B test, A/B tests are pretty cool. The cool thing about um, this is you can literally make the changes right inside Visual Website Optimizer. Okay. And then after you figure out which kind of, design is the winner, then you can go and have your developer make changes. So for example, let's say I want to choose this one here. And I'll hit create test. Okay. Okay, so basically I'm trying to, I'm not, let's don't do that because the video is playing and it's annoying. So let's use this one. Which one did I use there? I did that one. So let's use this one here instead. That one might be playing too, but that's okay. So basically, I'll just hit mute. There we go. So basically, if I want to go here and I want to edit this text right here, I can click on this and I have all these choices here. Okay, I can hide it, I can remove it, I can move it around if I want, I can edit it. So I can literally edit the text right here. I can say something like offer ends soon. Okay. And so these changes, what they'll do is they'll automatically show your control, which is your original page, and then they'll split up the impressions. So they'll create a new version, basically like with their own servers, and then they will display that to the visitor. So a lot of people think that it's you have to have a lot of technical skills to do this, but you really don't. That's the whole thing is what I want to really try to get out there. It's just get in here and start messing around with it. Of course, there's certain elements on here if you're going to do it this way that you cannot change, and you'll find that out. You'll run into certain elements that you can't change, but that's okay. The other thing I love about this is you can do a split URL test, and so a split URL test is great too because a split URL test is very simple to do. All you have to do is basically enter the original landing page. So let's say you're using lead pages and you don't have split testing, you don't have a higher level package, or they have a lot of bugs with their split testing. So um, it's much easier just to create individual pages with lead pages and then use Optimizely or Visual Website Optimizer to create your tests. So I might put something like um, this one for my original, and then, or let's say it's this one for my sales page. And then when I hit create test, then I just create a new one. So let's say the other one is going to be, 02, and then copy that, paste that into there. And that's variation 2. Okay. And let's do that. There we go. So basically, number 1 is the original URL, and then whatever the URL you want here, maybe you create a different landing page with lead pages or something like that. when you're running your Facebook ads, you're just going to use this URL for your ads. And then Visual Website Optimizer is going to rotate. They're going to send 50% of the traffic to this one, 50% of the traffic to this one. Unless you change the percentages, then they'll change the percentages on their end. So it's pretty cool stuff there. So let's see here. 1 second. Get that out of the way there. All right, so let's just show you some examples. Actually, the other thing which is great, so check this out. You can click on the Idea Factory here, and they've got some great tips, just basic tips, like right in here. They show you like what things kind of work. You know, price display, trust badges, and they show you test results, live chat widget, and how it worked and how it affected the results. Try adding free. This little free was an 18% increase. So you got some pretty cool things in there you can check out. Okay, but so if you look in here, we've got you can do something like this one here. Okay, which I believe this one is a split URL test. Yep, this is a split URL test. So you've got the summary, which shows 1,000 visitors, 185 conversions. But if you look at the control, I can go here. Let's move my GoToWebinar thing, and I can see which one this is here. Preview it. So that's the one we run the most, and you'll see the 46% decrease in opt-ins. Okay, with this one. So at least in that during that period of time. Okay, so you can do lots of different things here, and then you can, of course, well, we won't show a heat map on that one, but you can go to a more detailed report here. They'll give you chance to beat original percentages. Okay, those types of things, which is pretty cool. Let's go over here. So here's another one, which was another split URL test. So the control was this one, lead pages. Okay. And the new one, 114% improvement. So it took it from 7.41% opt-in to 15.83%, which is 114% improvement. Okay. This here, qualification submission, what this is this is another goal. This is the amount of people that basically took the next step in the funnel, which is they filled out like a 5-question survey. Okay. So, and then you'll see the preview here. It's really not that much different, which is kind of funny, but shows you that you never know. But you can see the different pages there, just different lead pages. Okay. Let's see here. Actually, let's go to this one. So here is a sales page, and you can see that got 2 different goals here. One, which is basically the upsell, and then the other one, which is how many people basically went to the order form. Okay. So on this one, because the button on the page takes you to the order form, so you've got the original here. Okay, and then the one that lost, that was down 10%, actually 10% conversion, which was down 20%, was more copy on the left side here. So you can see here, not much different though. The best, mostly it's just changes at the top of the page. You'll see the original one. It's actually right here. You can see it right here. No, that's not it. Actually, that is it. You just can't see the video in that preview, but here, I'll just open it up again. See the difference here? You got, so they got that big button that kind of stands out even more because there's less text and less copy up here. So, but everything else. So, okay. So, and then the other thing you can do is you can check out heat maps. So you can click on view heat map, and you can change the intensity here to be able to really see. So you can see these. Now it's really dark. Of course, you don't want it that much, but Let's go right there so you can kind of see, depending on how much traffic you have, the easier it is to see, but you can see where people are clicking. Okay, see them clicking on trying to fast forward through the video here. Okay, clicking on this button. And if I want to switch to the other one, I can just switch right up here. Yep. And then it pulls it up. So you can set heat map. You can do all the stuff. You can do these kind of things on your home page. The great thing is like if you have a home page, a blog, you can make different changes on your blog without making any coding changes. Just do a regular A/B test and then make the changes, inside here instead of having your developer make the changes. And then once you decide which one wins, then you can have your developer make the changes permanently, and then you got a new control. Audio. How does my audio sound to you guys? Somebody just said it didn't sound very good on their end. Um, does it sound okay? Let's make sure I'm using. Let's see, make sure the correct mic is set up here. Yeah, it is. Okay, good. So it sounds really good to everybody else. Okay, good. I'm recording on my end too. That was Danielle, so she's doing the recording. So I'm actually doing the recording on my end too, Danielle. So we'll have two versions. So if yours isn't good, I know one of yours on one of the previous modules there was like 10 minutes of audio that was cut off, but my version was clean, the one I recorded. So there might be an issue on your end. So, all right. So let's see here. Actually, let's see some of those questions. Just looking through some of these questions here and looking pretty good there. A lot of them. Okay. All right. So, yeah, Graham had a question. Yeah. Actually, you should be fine with Optimize Press. But Optimize Press 2 is kind of being buggy a little bit with some stuff. But I actually was talking to James. I hung out with James Dyson quite a bit actually in Australia at James Schramko's event, and him and his brother most of the time actually, and they're working on a ton of really good updates right now with Optimize Press and making sure that it integrates with some of these things like Scarcity Samurai and stuff. So I'll see if I can find out any more on that if it's working really clean. It seems to be working fine for us. So okay, so let's see here. Actually, that's really what I wanted to get across. Whether you're going to use Visual Website Optimizer or you're going to use Optimizely, is just to use it. That's it. I mean, start an account, and it's a massive game changer, and it's really fun because you can actually start to test different pages with different copy. In some cases, you might think an ad might work well with one page, and you might find that the ad copy or image works better with a different landing page. But one ad it actually works, one ad it's working better for, but then when you split test it, you find this one ad copy and image works better with one of your landing pages, but your other ads work better with a different one. And so the more you can get in here and do this, it's just the more you can improve your performance. Like when we were just actually Ralph and I were just on a call with a guy, and we were talking about his cost per lead, and his ultimate goal is to break even on that front end lead, and the goal is to be able to spend more than anybody, not get the lowest cost per lead. We all want low cost per leads, but the goal here is to be able to spend more than your competition. So just start using this and you're going to start seeing massive improvements. That's just no question. So